What's up, guys? It's Solo back here on the second channel, Solo 2.0. Now, that's a different type of intro. If you guys didn't see, I left the F. You guys probably saw that, though, with all the drama that went down on Twitter, on YouTube, on everything. But I did leave the F. The F came to an end. So I decided to change my main channel for now is named Solo, and my second channel is Solo 2.0. So I gotta remember, I gotta say that in the intro. But you guys don't really care about that. Today, we're gonna be filling out the March Madness 2022 bracket. You guys see here, I got an empty bracket. And so basically I'm gonna just give you guys some tips, because each year I usually do have a pretty good bracket. Not perfect, that's basically impossible, but I usually do pretty good, especially for someone that doesn't really keep up with college basketball year round. Like, I'm one of those guys that, and a lot of you guys too, like I would say like 95% of people that fill up brackets do this. You really research at the end. Like, I've been researching the last couple days and I know a lot about teams. So I'll give you guys like my tips and just show you guys what I do when it comes to these teams. I'll show you guys like what websites to look at and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get into it. Again, just getting it out of the way. I'm not a college basketball expert. A lot of you guys probably know that. More of an NBA, MLB, NFL type guy, but I will be filling out my bracket. And honestly, we still have like 2 days till the tournament. I think it starts Thursday. Well, they got the first four like tomorrow, but Thursday tournament starts, so I still have time to change stuff. I might comment if I do drop changes, or go on my Twitter at YT_solo, or my backup at extra solo. I might tweet out updated stuff on there. But yeah, we still have time to change, so we're not sure. But look, Gonzaga, strongest team in the entire tournament. I think they're the overall 1 seed, or it might be Arizona. Regardless, they're not going to lose to Georgia State. They're probably going to win by 30. We got to move them on. Boise State, Memphis. Oh yeah, let me move my face cam just so you guys can see all the games. I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller, like that. Actually, yeah, that should be good. Actually, I'll go like this. We'll go like that. All right, I'm very small. Okay, all right, Boise State, Memphis. This is one of the hardest games for me to pick in the entire thing. 8-9 games, basically a toss-up. Depends how you want to go with it. Boise State has a good defense. I was looking at some of the advanced numbers. I will show you guys the websites to look at in a second, but I'm picking Boise State to move on here. I know a lot of people like picking 9 seeds just because there's a lot of upsets, and that's considered an upset. And again, it's like a 50-50. It's up to you. But Memphis, I believe, is going to be without Amani Bates, who's a top prospect. They do have Duran, who's a good center, but I'm going to pick Boise State, assuming Bates is out. Again, I'm not a college expert, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be out. So we're going with Boise State there. UConn, New Mexico State. I've seen a lot of people picking New Mexico State with the upset, as they are the 12 seed. But I really like UConn, so I'm moving on UConn. And let me just click this. So this is the website here. I don't know if you guys have ever been on it. KenPom.com. Go to this if you guys want to when you're making your brackets. This has like the advanced numbers and the advanced stats, and this is really going to tell you a lot. So this is the number that I really look at here: adjusted offense and adjusted defense. So you guys see Gonzaga, they have the best offense. This is basically, what you guys want to look at. They have the 7th best defense according to the advanced numbers. So Connecticut, 18th best team according to KenPom in the nation. And you guys see they got a solid offense, 21 and 35. I don't know if you guys can see those numbers. It's kind of small, but New Mexico State is down here at 81. Don't really have that good of offense. Don't really have that good of a defense. A lot of people are picking the upset, and I do look at some scores, kind of see what teams are hot and stuff like that. So you guys can look at their recent games. But let me go back here. UConn. I don't want to spend too much time. I feel like I'm already spending too much time, but I just want to show you guys KenPom is a really good website. But yeah, I'm going to start flying through these games here in a second. But you guys see UConn beat Auburn, who's a really good team. They're a 2 seed. Villanova, they beat another 2 seed. They did lose twice of them, but still. New Mexico State, I just don't really see it. I'm going with UConn. Next up, Arkansas's Vermont. They're Arkansas. Vermont, I don't know why I just said the S there at the end. Yeah, we're moving ahead to Arkansas. I really like that team a lot, as you guys are going to hear in this video. So I don't even have to talk about it now, because you guys will be hearing me talk about them more later on. We'll get to that. Very good team, though, Arkansas. Very good team. I don't really see them getting upset in the first round by Vermont. Alabama, Rutgers. This is a tough one. I am really chalky right now. Let me just pull something up real quick. There we go. All right. It's looking really chalky, and I haven't picked an upset yet. Rutgers is a team that a lot of people are going to be picking to upset. It's a 6-11 game. Alabama, I don't think they've been winning a lot of their games recently. Let me show you. Actually, let me just check. Let me just confirm that. Alabama, Seymour, bang. They got in the SEC tournament and they lost the first game to Vanderbilt, who I don't even think is in the tournament. They lost to LSU. They lost to Texas A&M. They did beat South Carolina, but that was like 3 weeks ago. They're just an inconsistent team right now. They did keep it kind of close with Kentucky, which is big. They beat Arkansas, but that was like over a month ago. Let me pull this back up. This is a tough one, and I might end up changing my mind. Again, we're going to have to see if Rutgers does win this game. I think they do win this game. I think they will. At least the first 4, you know what I'm saying? And then to get in to play Alabama. So I'm expecting Alabama versus Rutgers. And right now, I do have Alabama winning. But I want to see how Rutgers plays in that first game, which should be tomorrow. And then we'll see. I might change this. This is not a really important game, but I do have Alabama winning. Texas Tech is going to be moving on to versus Alabama. Michigan State, Davidson. This, again, is a game that I don't really think matters that much. I don't think either of these teams are going to be going far in the tournament, but I did end up picking Davidson here. You guys see they did beat a top 25 team. They beat Alabama by 1. And Michigan State just really didn't look that strong to me. Again, you guys can go on KenPom and look at the advanced numbers if you want, but I don't think either of these teams are going to be going far. Duke is going to be moving on to play Davidson. So that is what I have in the round of 64 for the West. Now let's go down. Actually, yeah, I'll just do the first round. No, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just going to complete the whole West. I'm just going to complete the whole West while we're here. Gonzaga, Boise State. Boise State, again, solid defense, but Gonzaga has a better defense, and they have the best offense in the entire thing, according to KenPom, according to, the advanced numbers. How many points per game they score? 87, basically 88 points per game, 68 points per game for Boise State. I just don't see them winning that game. I don't think anyone really does. Gonzaga's going to be moving on to the Sweet 16. UConn, Arkansas. I think UConn is, again, I don't really follow college basketball like that. Let me just check. Okay, I think they're the team that has Sonogo, which is a really good big man that I was watching. Yeah, they do. Okay, so this guy is really good, and so I'm gonna be looking out for him. Let me just go like this. But Arkansas, like I said I like them a lot. I am gonna be having them move on to play Gonzaga. Arkansas has this guy named Note, who you guys need to watch. He is insane. And then they have a center, Jalen Williams. They have Tony. They have other players that can score. I have Arkansas moving on to play Gonzaga, and that was kind of tough for me at first, but now I feel way more confident about that. Yeah, Arkansas is gonna be moving on, and I'm feeling good about Arkansas. Alabama, Texas Tech. A lot of people have Texas Tech going far. Alabama, again, inconsistent team. I don't even know if they're gonna make it this far because Rutgers might beat them, assuming Rutgers wins that first game. But I will have Texas Tech moving on. Alabama's just too inconsistent. I don't think they're gonna be making a deep run. Davidson, Duke. We're gonna have Duke moving on here for sure. Again, I said Michigan State, Davidson, not looking too strong. So Duke just honestly has a good bracket here in the bottom part of the West. So Gonzaga, Arkansas. See, a lot of you guys that are watching this are just gonna move Gonzaga on. And this is where it gets crazy. Okay, this might be my craziest pick of the entire thing. I have Arkansas winning this game. And I might end up changing this. Again, we still have 2-3 days before the whole tournament starts. I might end up changing this. But this is just crazy to look at because I knew Gonzaga was going to be good. They have Nembhard, who's a really good guard. They have Chet Holmgren. They have Timmy. This was actually one of the teams that I followed throughout the year. Like I said, I don't really follow college basketball like that. But I could see Arkansas upsetting them. And there's going to be upsets. You know there's going to be upsets. This is not one that a lot of people are picking from what I've seen. But as of right now, I'm picking Arkansas to win this. I'm picking Arkansas to upset Gonzaga. Again, Arkansas, they do score solid defense. They're 4-1 against top 25 teams. They play top teams really good. They beat Kentucky. They beat Tennessee and lost to Tennessee. They beat Auburn. They beat LSU 3 times. Lost to Alabama by 1. And again, we'll go to KenPom. This is the team that I really like. They're 20th on here. They are a 4 seed. You guys see 40th best offense, 16th best defense. They're just a team I believe in. Maybe I'm tripping because Gonzaga is the 1 overall, and I really like them a lot. I definitely will have brackets with Gonzaga winning. I just think that this game is going to be a very important game. If Gonzaga wins this, shit, Gonzaga's probably going to the Final Four, maybe even the championship. I really like Gonzaga, but I like Arkansas as well. So I'm going to be having Arkansas moving on to the Elite Eight. Next up, Texas Tech and Duke. One more time, let's just look at Ken Palm. So Texas Tech is 9th overall. Duke is actually 12th. So Duke's the 2 seed, but they're lower when it comes to the advanced stats here. And Ken Palm's usually more accurate than the actual seeding. So you guys definitely want to look at this website. If you're new to like March Madness and you've never seen it before. Texas Tech has the best defense in the entire tournament, according to Ken Palm. Duke has a really good offense. And this is a game that I'm probably going to have to do more research on. I'm going to look more into it and stuff like that. But I do have Duke winning this game. I don't know. I might switch that. But I do have Duke winning that game. And then, as you guys probably expected, I do have Arkansas moving on to the Final Four. And I know this is a crazy start to the video. You guys are probably expecting Gonzaga to move on. Maybe Texas Tech. I'm telling you, Arkansas is my sleeper team. I mean, they're a 4 seed, so I don't know if you call it a sleeper. But I have them beating Gonzaga. I have them beating Duke. I mean, I think that's a sleeper. You know what I'm saying? No one really is expecting this. I have them in the Final Four. I'm high on Arkansas. But I'm also high on Gonzaga, so it's tough. It's really tough. And shit, I'll look more into that, and I might end up changing this because, again, I feel like this is a very severe pick. This is one that is probably going to break my bracket. You know what I'm saying? Or it could win me a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Well, let's stay up here. Arizona versus probably Bryant with Peter Kiss, which is the nation's top scorer. I think he averages like 34 a game. But you gotta remember, Bryant's a small school. They're not gonna win this game. At least, shit. Nah, they're not winning that game. I want to watch that game though, because I just want to see. That's gonna be an interesting game. Like Peter Kiss, shit. He like showboats or whatever a lot. Just want to see what happens, but. Yeah, Seton Hall, TCU. Again, another toss-up game. I'm going to have TCU moving on. But again, very similar teams when it comes to points per game, when it comes to defense. TCU has beaten 5 top 25 teams. They've beaten Kansas. They lost twice to Baylor. Beat Texas Tech. Beat Texas. You guys can read the rest if you guys want to. I'm going to have TCU moving on in this one, though. Houston, they're gonna win this game. Houston's a 5 seed. Let me show you guys this. Houston is a 5 seed. If I press this, the BPI rank has them at 2, the second best in the entire tournament. Ken Palm has them at 4, and they're a 5 seed. 10th best offense, 11th best defense. So they're good at both sides of the ball. And so yeah, they're not gonna lose in the first round. If they do, I'd be shocked. Illinois, Chattanooga. Some people have Chattanooga winning, or they say they'd probably put up a fight. Maybe. But I have Illinois moving on with Coburn, the big center. He was in March Madness last year. Kind of was a letdown. We'll see what he can do this year. I have Illinois moving on. And again, a lot of these first round games so far have been shock. I had one upset here. Davidson beating Michigan State 10-7. Not really an upset. But you guys will see like my Final Four, and some stuff starts to get crazy at the end. So although I don't have like a... Well, maybe I do later on, but I don't have like a, 13 beating a 4 as of right now. You'll see later it might get crazy, you know what I'm saying? As I already have Arkansas going to the Final Four. That's pretty crazy. Michigan, Colorado State. This is one that I had to do a lot of research on. Michigan was a team that I believe was supposed to be a 1 seed before the season started. They were projected 1 seed for March Madness, and they had a really bad year. They're 17-14, 2-7 versus top 25 teams. They were just kind of a letdown. You know what I'm saying? They were just kind of a letdown, but I do have them with the upset here, beating Colorado State. Again, this is a tough game. I'm probably going to have to research more. It's one of those close games that I'm not really sure about, but I will be going to Michigan as of right now. Tennessee is going to be moving on and beating Longwood. Ohio State is a team that has a lot of injuries right now, from what I'm hearing, and Loyola Chicago, I'm pretty sure, is hot right now. So we will have another upset. Loyola Chicago will be moving on. And I just think Ohio State, a lot of injuries. It's just not looking good for them. Villanova is going to beat Delaware. Arizona will be beating TCU. Arizona is one of, if not the hottest teams in the country right now. So yeah, they're definitely going to win that game. Houston, Illinois. Now this is a tough one. But again, Houston, Ken Palm has them as the 4th best team in the nation. And I will be moving on, but let me just check something really quick. Let's go to the scores. I just spelled that wrong. Okay, here we go. And look at this. So they won the AAC tournament. They beat Memphis. They beat Tulane. They beat Cincinnati. They lost to Memphis here. Let me just see something. Yeah, so I was watching them. White Jr. looked really good. Moore looked really good. Yeah, this is a solid team. I feel like, honestly, it's probably misranked. 5 seed, that's a little crazy. But I do have Houston moving on. If you guys want to put Illinois moving on, that's fine. You guys can do it. Next up, Michigan, Tennessee. I will have Tennessee winning this game. And then I will have Villanova moving on with Gillespie to verse Tennessee. Arizona, Houston. Now, at first, I had, and let me just show you guys real quick. At first, I had Houston winning this game. So, I guess that's kind of a spoiler. I do have Arizona winning this game. You guys see Arizona's on an absolute tear. I could scroll through it really quick. You guys can see the scores. They just don't lose, especially right now. They did lose to Colorado here on the 26th. But other than that, they just don't lose. Like, Arizona is one of the hottest teams right now. Just won the Pac-12. And Koloko is a beast. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Mathurin, something like that. He just doesn't miss. I was watching him. I was watching them play. Again, I don't watch during the season, but I didn't look at some of the games from them. He doesn't miss. This guy's a beast in the paint. Arizona is crazy, and I'm gonna have them moving on. But at first, I did have Houston with the upset there, but I was like, you know what? I'm getting a little too crazy. But I could see Houston win this game, but I will have Arizona moving on. Next up, Tennessee and Villanova. 2 very similar teams when it comes to the numbers. BPI 5, the 5th team, and the 6th team. 2 kind of proven teams that have beaten a lot of top teams. I have Tennessee moving on to face Arizona in the Elite 8, a 1 versus a 3, and I do have Arizona moving on. I just think when it comes to this side of the bracket, Arizona, I just think, is the best team by far. Villanova solid, Tennessee solid, Houston, they have a chance, even Illinois maybe. But I just think this side of the bracket, I just really like Arizona to come out of the South. I just really like Arizona to come out of the South. Over here on the West, I mean, since we're still looking at it, I like Gonzaga or Arkansas a lot. I think they're coming out. I think they're coming out of the West side. If not, I mean, of course, the 3 and the 2 have a chance. A lot of people are high on Texas Tech, but I just really like Arkansas. I really like Gonzaga. I think they're going to come out of the West. Moving on to the East. Baylor versus Norfolk State. Now, I actually have No, I'm kidding. Imagine I had a 16 seed moving on. Nah, but I have Baylor. Moving on. North Carolina, Marquette. Now, this is a game that is kind of a toss-up. I was flipping back and forth, and maybe I'll even change it later on. But what it comes down to in this game, Marquette, who they beat someone. Who was it? They beat Villanova twice, which was impressive to me. And so at first, I was like, you know what? That's enough. I'm going to just have Marquette win this game. They've beaten Villanova twice. It's a 2-seed solid team, but UNC just beat Duke in Coach K's last game at Cameron at Duke's Stadium or whatever. So this game could go either way. I'm going to pick North Carolina to win it, though. If you guys have Marquette, that's fine. 2 very evenly matched teams. And shit, I don't even have to do this, but if we go to Ken Palm, you guys see North Carolina's 29. And actually, I think Marquette's 47. So again, Ken Palm favors North Carolina a lot here, actually. So take that how you want it. I have St. Mary's winning this game. They look pretty solid when I was watching them, so I do have them moving on. UCLA, I have winning this game. UCLA looked really good. And shit, we'll see how far I have them going. You guys will see. But yeah, UCLA, I got them coming out of the first round. Next up, this is a very tough game. This is one of the toughest games to pick, especially in the first round. Texas, Virginia Tech. Texas, Virginia Tech. It's a 6-11 game, which isn't that close when you really look at it at first glance. Let's see Ken Palm. So Texas is actually up here at 15. So they should be a 4 seed, according to Ken Palm, but they're a 6 seed. And they're versing Virginia Tech, who is 23rd. So that should be, I'm not going to do the math on that. It's kind of tough right now on me. Probably 6 seed, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's 6. Really good offense for Virginia Tech, 18th best, 55th best defense. Texas has a really good defense. I looked at also their schedules. I'm not going to explain my whole thought process in this video because we'd literally be here for like 3 hours. But I've looked at them play, like some of these teams play, most of them play. I've seen their schedules. I've seen who's hot. And so when it came down to all of that, I ended up picking Texas to win this game. And I think a big part of that is because they're the better defensive team. And I feel like when it's a close game like that, especially in the first round of a March Madness, I'm going to pick the defensive team because I feel like there will be nerves for a lot of these players in March Madness. And defense, I just trust that more. I just trust that more in a game like this. So I'm going to go Texas to win that game. Purdue is going to win. Purdue has been looking really strong. So I do have them moving on. Murray State is on a huge winning streak. 20-game winning streak. You guys see, they're on a 20-game winning streak. Now, given, I don't think they're really versing the best of competition, but that's still impressive. So I'm gonna pick them just because they're hot. They're versing the 10 seed. If you guys want San Francisco to move on, you guys can do that. But I do have Murray State moving on. A lot of people have Murray State as a sleeper team. I do have Kentucky moving on versus St. Peter's. I like Kentucky a lot. And shit, let's go from the bottom this time. Murray State's winning streak's going to come to an end here. 21-game winning streak, but they're going to lose to Kentucky with Ty Washington and the center, whose name is absolutely crazy. But he's a beast. He just gets every rebound. Hold on. Tshiebwe. Oscar Tshiebwe. Look, 16 boards in their this is not their last game. Hold on. But you guys get it. He's a beast. He's a beast. They just lost to Tennessee in the SEC tournament. 11 boards, 13 points. Ty Washington's been doing good. Apparently, Kellen Grady is a good shooter, but he's in a slump. A lot of people are expecting to see like if he can break out of that slump. If he does, that's gonna help a lot. But I do have Kentucky moving on. Next up, Purdue, Texas. Again, this is a tough game with Texas, Virginia Tech. So regardless of who moves on, I do have Purdue beating either of them. Purdue is going to move on to play Kentucky. UCLA is going to move on. And then if you guys want to move on, North Carolina, you can. But again, I don't even know if they're going to get this far because Marquette might win. But then you might have Marquette beating Baylor too. But I'm just going to play it safe and move on Baylor. I feel like a lot of people are not too high on Baylor. And when it comes to stuff like this, shit, I'll pick Baylor because a lot of people are picking them as like the weakest 1 seed, which they probably are. But people are going to try to eliminate them early in their brackets, and that's going to hurt them. So I'm going to capitalize on that. I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying. I'm going to capitalize on that and hope that they just win because they are the 1 seed. So I will be doing that, and I will be moving them on to the Elite Eights to beat UCLA. UCLA is a really good team. They have 2 really good players. I forget. They have tough names to say. I think it's like Jawang. Shit, let me just check real quick. And they have like something with a J. It's like Jacques. That's not how you pronounce it. But let me show you. So yeah, Juzang. This guy's really good. And then this guy's really good. Jacques. That's not how you say it. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it. But he's really good. He's like a big man type player. He's not that tall though. But he plays like a big man, you know what I'm saying? He's like a short one, but he's really good in the post. But UCLA could win this. I might end up changing this, but I do have Baylor moving on to play Kentucky in the Elite Eight. Moving on to the Final Four, I do have Kentucky moving on to play Arkansas. And I'll leave this for after I finish the Midwest. So we have Arkansas versus Kentucky, Arizona versus who? We're about to see. Midwest. I do have Texas Southern coming out. Nah, Kansas is moving on. If you're picking a 16 seed, you gotta be, and you're putting money on the line, you gotta be having some fucking big balls or something. I don't know what to tell you. San Diego State and Creighton. This is a very tough game right here. But again, what it comes down to is defense. in the first round, when it comes down to this and it's like two close teams, I'm picking the better defensive team, which is San Diego State. So I'll just say that now. We're moving them on. Even though I like Creighton a lot, when you look at KenPom, San Diego State right here, second best defense in the entire nation. They have a pretty bad offense though. And then Creighton, I think, is way down here. They're 53rd, 18th best defense, solid. Neither of these teams are really good offensively. This game is probably one of those where it's like going to be like a 52-48 game, low scoring. Probably not going to be fun to watch, but I will move on. San Diego State. If you guys want to pick Creighton, you can pick Creighton. I wouldn't really debate it because it's pretty much a toss-up. Iowa versus Richmond. Now, Iowa, if you guys haven't seen March Madness videos, or if you guys have not been researching or seen anybody else's predictions, a lot of people have Iowa going to like the Final Four. They're a 5 seed, but they have Murray. They have 2 of them. I think they're brothers. They got to be brothers. That would be weird. They look the same too. This guy Murray. Let me just check real quick. I think it's Keegan Murray. Really good player, and he's gonna carry them. That's not even what I just tried to look up. I'm like moving slow right now. But yeah, you guys see they beat Purdue in the Big Ten tournament to win the tournament. Keegan Murray, 19 points, 11 boards, played 40. What the? Nah. He played all of the minutes. That's crazy. See his brother here, Chris Murray. But he's really good, and he's going to be someone to watch in this tournament. So yeah, Iowa, a lot of people are high on them. I definitely have them winning this game. And shit, I mean, while we're at it, let me just show you. Shit, where is it? Here it is. Iowa is 13th best, second best offense in the entire nation, 77th best defense, 13th overall in KenPom, so they should be like a 4 seed, but they are a 5 seed. Iowa's moving on. I didn't have to spend that much time in it. Providence, I have moving on. But South Dakota State could win this. I just really don't think they played a lot of good teams. So in March Madness, I like picking teams that have beaten good teams, and they have not beaten any good teams. They're 30-4, but they're versing random teams. You know what I'm saying? They average 87 points per game. Don't have a good defense at all. They could win this game. I don't think Providence is that good. But I'm going to stick with Providence, the higher seed that has actually versed some solid teams. LSU and Iowa State. This is another tough one. LSU, I was looking at, they're a very young team, very like unexperienced team, turn over the ball a lot. So I feel like a lot of people are going to be picking this game as an upset, Iowa State. Which you could do. I'm not going to. You could pick Iowa State. I might end up switching that. Again, I don't feel too strong, honestly, about this whole section right here. I think you guys could probably see my cursor, hopefully. But this whole section here is just not good. Like, Wisconsin's a 3 seed, but I don't really... Let me show you KenPom. I think they're really low. Like, they're a 3 seed, but Wisconsin is 34th on KenPom overall. That's not good. Like, I just... Let me see their recent games. Like, I just don't really feel good about Wisconsin, but they're versing Colgate. It's like, am I going to pick a 14 seed Colgate to win? They just lost to Michigan State. They lost to Nebraska. Played a close game versus Purdue. They didn't win that. Beat Rutgers, who, shit, solid team. Beat Minnesota by 1. Beat Michigan. Lost to Rutgers. And it's just like, it's just not looking too good for them. And I don't feel good about this part of the bracket at all. Shit, Iowa State could move on. They could come out of this. They could really come out of this part of the bracket. Maybe Colgate goes on a run. I don't know, but I will have Wisconsin moving on. But I just really don't like any of these teams. I just really don't like any of these. USC, Miami. I think Miami. USC has Evan Mobley's brother on the team. I think his name's Isaiah, and he's been playing really good. I'm excited to watch him in March Madness. But if I go here, I think Miami was like really low. USC's 42, 47th best offense, 49th best defense. They're an even team. Miami is really low, 62. They have a good offense, really bad defense, and I will be moving on USC. This is a very chalky part of my bracket, so I apologize for that. Shit, I don't know if this will happen, but Shit, this is not going to happen. I'm not going to lie. But this is just how I feel. Because, I mean, if you look at this side, too, I'm picking all favorites. I'm picking all favorites over here, too. But up here, I mean, I have a couple upsets. I got a couple of them. And like I said, the ending gets low-key a little crazy. Shit, I might end up... I'm definitely going to end up switching my bracket up a little bit. Maybe I'll move ahead Marquette. Maybe I end up seeing these teams play and I pick them over St. Mary's. Maybe I switch to Virginia Tech because, again, I said Virginia Tech could win that game for sure. Maybe San Francisco, Iowa State. I honestly might switch to Iowa State. You know what? Iowa State beat Texas Tech. They beat Iowa by 20. I don't know if I'm doing this again. It doesn't really matter, but I'll move Iowa State ahead. But I'm still picking Wisconsin probably. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, we'll just do that for another upset. Throw it in there. Auburn's winning that game. Auburn, if you guys didn't know, is my favorite college team. I like them in football. I like them in basketball. And Jabari Smith, if you guys don't know, if you guys don't watch college basketball, you need to be on the lookout for Jabari Smith of Auburn. He's insane. Best player in the tournament, in my opinion. There's a lot of good players. A lot of good players in this tournament. Gonzaga has a lot of good players. Iowa with Murray. A lot of good players, but bro, Jabari Smith is insane. I'm gonna say because I'm an Auburn fan. We're gonna beat USC. We're gonna beat Wisconsin. I don't know why. I'm just doing this whole bottom of the bracket, but I really like the bracket that Auburn drew. I think they're moving on to the Sweet 16 pretty easily. I really like Auburn too. Kessler, Edwards. Wait, hold on. I always mix it up. I think I just said the wrong name. Is it? I think it's Walker. Walker Kessler. It is. God damn it. Nah, but he's a 7-footer. He's a 7-footer and he's insane. I always mess it up, bro. But Walker, Kessler, and Jabari Smith. It's just Jabari Smith does not miss on the wing. He does not miss middies. He's kind of like, honestly, how DeMar DeRozan's been playing. Just does not miss on the wing midi area. So, shit, he's going to carry Auburn for sure. Next up, Kansas is going to move on to play Iowa. This is a tough game right here. A lot of people have Iowa winning this. Do I have Iowa winning this? Maybe I'll change it later. But as of right now, I don't. I have Kansas winning this to play Auburn. And I do think Auburn's going to win this game and move on to the Final Four. So, bang. 1-seed Arizona versus 2-seed Auburn. On the other side, 4-seed Arkansas versus 2-seed Kentucky. This is what I have right now. And again, check the comments. I might update it later and say, yo, I changed this game to this. I changed this to this. But as of right now, this is what I have. Arkansas, Kentucky. Who do you guys think I'm picking here? Who do you think I'm picking? I've been gassing them up the entire video. Arkansas moving on to the national championship. Am I too high on Arkansas? Yeah, I probably am. But like I said, if Gonzaga beats them, shit, put Gonzaga through. Put Gonzaga through to here, and maybe I might have them winning too. But if Arkansas beats Gonzaga, I got Arkansas going through. It's just so tough though. Like, it's so many games that they have to win. They got to beat Connecticut. They got to beat Gonzaga. They got to beat Duke. They got to beat Kentucky. It's so tough. It's so tough. I might end up switching back to Gonzaga, but as of right now, I really feel good about Arkansas. I really feel good about Arkansas. And Note is insane. You guys will see him in the tournament. And the center, Williams, it's just, I like Arkansas a lot. And I got them moving on to the national championship. Arizona versus Auburn. I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to answer this how I would answer this if I was not an Auburn fan. And, yeah. Arizona, like I said, if we got to pull it up again. Shit, if I go to Ken Palm, Arizona's the second best team versus Auburn, who's the 10th. Arizona, 5th best offense, 20th best defense. And again, pull up their schedule. They've just been on a tear. They just won the Pac-12 tournament. They beat UCLA. It's another really good team. They beat them by 8. And Koloko is just a beast. He just is. This guy doesn't miss. And Arizona is one of the teams that a lot of people are picking to win it all. I'm seeing a lot of Gonzaga. I'm seeing a lot of Arizona. These are popular picks I'm seeing. And I'm seeing a lot of Iowa in the Final Four as like an upset type thing. I will move on Arizona, even though I probably will be rooting for Auburn, unless there's a lot of money on the line and my bracket's looking good. But I really like Auburn, but I think this is where the run ends. I'm not going to pick them just because I like them. We are going to have Arizona versus Arkansas. Do I go all in? Do I go all in and say Arkansas is going to win it? I'm not going to. I got Arizona winning. And I got the score of 81-71. I think Arkansas just runs out of gas here versus Arizona, who's just been on a tear at the end of the season here. I think Arizona wins. Arkansas could win this. Will they even be in this game? Probably not. They're a 4 seed that has to get through again. Like I said, Gonzaga. I mean, honestly, UConn's tough too. They got to get through UConn, Gonzaga, Duke, Kentucky. And look, you guys can say, you're watching it back after the fact. You guys can say I'm dumb. I probably am for this pick because this is a crazy pick. But when does a normal pick win? When do you pick chalk? If you guys don't know what chalk means, it's like when you just pick the favorites. When do you just pick the favorites and it works out? Like that never works. You gotta get crazy. But yeah, again, I might switch back to Gonzaga because again, like I said, Gonzaga and Arkansas are they're my top 4 favorite teams in the entire thing. So I might switch to Gonzaga because I like them a lot. But I do have Arizona winning. This is my March Madness bracket as of right now. Some of the craziest things, again, Arkansas in the national championship losing. What else do I have? Nothing too crazy, honestly. I'm probably going to have to change some of this. I might end up putting UCLA through. Maybe even have them beating Kentucky. Probably not, though. Probably have Kentucky going to the Final Four. Maybe I'll switch Iowa to beat Kansas. Maybe Iowa State beats Wisconsin. I'm going to look more into these things as time goes on. Maybe Michigan beats Tennessee. We'll see. Maybe Houston beats Arizona. I had that at first. I had Houston beating Arizona. But yeah, this is what I have right now. Let me know who you guys have winning it all. And what do you guys think about my picks? Let me know in the comments below. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.